We appreciate all the parents coming out tonight. We have a young man that's going to speak to you. Gentleman's name is Stephen Todd. If you could give him a warm round of applause while he comes up.
Thank you.
Y'all can do better than that. How's everybody doing tonight? We're here for a joyous occasion. We're here for our children. And what's more precious than our children? Amen. So, I'm here as a former parent and still a very proud father. I actually was a teenage parent. I had my daughter at the age of 16, and I already had it in my mind that there was only one option. Running wasn't an option, because I'm not that kind of man. And as a man, I knew I was going to be there for that baby. I told her when I held her when she was born, Sanaya Samar Tyler, 5 pounds, 4 ounces, October 13th, 2004, in that hospital. I told her, I ain't gonna never leave your side, and I'm right here. So, as a parent, I know at the same time, this time last year, we had an incident with the baby girl and the shooting, so I feel like we still have so much more to get to, and we have so much more progress to make because these children are dying, and this is my passion. This is not work to me at all. This is my passion. I love each and one of these children like they're my own. With the right guidance, with the right mindset, with the right principles, we can mold these children and we can change them from just being absorbed in violence and negativity to being positive, to being constructive. So with that said, I want all of our children to eat. What do I mean by eat? That's education, advancement, and transcendence. Okay, the importance of education is first and foremost. I've tried some of the things that the young children may do, the gang affiliations, the drug usage, or things like that that get you on a negative path. But I stand before you as the validity of education. What I mean by that is, I have done of exactly 180 and finished and graduated with honors from college when I was on the same pathway to being just another either gang member or drug dealer or someone not really doing anything productive with their life. And what the education really did for me is it expanded my horizons. It made me realize how much bigger the world is. If the youth had any idea of that, it's just so much more than just a block, or so much more than just being trapped in one little neighborhood, that they can aspire for so much, I know that they would attain so much higher and so much greater. And in the great words of Frederick Douglass, he said it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And that's why it starts early. So with the education, I got a better grip on reality. I start to realize, wait a minute, the world is so much bigger than this. And when I start to analyze it, you start to realize that even these so-called highly esteemed rappers that's talking about kill them, shoot them up, bang, bang, some of them have degrees. And you portraying a life that you never will be a part of because you stay in Beverly Hills and you sleep good that night. You got security guards. You understand? And the children internalize that and they take it literal when it's entertainment. Lil Wayne coming up here talking about shooting you is no different from Stone Cold Steve Austin hitting Vince McMahon. This is entertainment. But with the proper education, then you can start to internalize that and sequester that and understand that that's just entertainment and it's nothing more than that. Not take it literally. Advancement. Think of it like, I never want a child to be complacent. Think about like a car. If you're driving the car and you go up a hill, right? If you're being complacent and you take your foot off that pedal and you stop accelerating, what's gonna happen to that car? Eventually that car gonna not only stop, just like your progress stop, that car gonna come back towards the hill. I hope you got insurance too. But that's the same way with complacency. So we don't want the children to be complacent. We want them to be advancing every day of their lives, advancing. Because if you don't advance nothing else, you're going to advance in years. And another thing that I noticed growing up, education It was never glamorized like the person who could beat up somebody, or the person that could get the most females, or the person that had the best shoes. It was times where I literally would not even answer the question because I was afraid of ridicule for being intelligent. Our children should never be ashamed of being intelligent. Our children should never feel ridiculed for getting the right answer. So that education is by far the most logical and safe investment. And it's no coincidence, that the areas that have the most violence, the most carnage, and the most murders are also the ones that are most economically deprived, the most destitute. Because I give you this analogy. If your body goes long enough without eating, then your stomach will literally start to eat itself. So what you think will happen when the youth go long enough without eating? That's right. That's the results of unemployment, poverty, the anguish of children aspiring with education. Not only will their chance of being employed increase, but also their earnings. And lastly, after this, we talk about transcendence. What does it mean to transcend something? I hit you with this analogy. To transcend something, just like the rose that grew from concrete. Think about a flame that could survive underwater. You got all these odds against you. You're the most likely to go to prison. You're the most likely to get murdered. 8 times more likely to get murdered. You're the most likely to get suspended at school. You're the most likely to die from prostate cancer all the way over to HIV. And you have the lowest life expectancy. So, when you have one obstacle in your way, maybe you should evaluate yourself. But when you got 10, maybe there's an objective at hand. So with that said, with the flame on the water, we can encourage the youth and tell them that they can transcend this. I know the odds are against you, but you don't have to be a product of your environment. You can be a miracle of your environment. And I am a miracle of my environment. Thank you all for your time.